Hi, welcome back once again to CBSE Board Economics. I'm Saddam Hussain here. I welcome you all. Today we discuss about indifference map. What exactly is an indifference map? What does it indicate? And one more concept we'll be learning today. What are monotonic preferences? What is an indifference schedule? We learned in the last class. An indifference schedule shows different possible combination of two commodities that gives the consumer equal satisfaction. As long as the consumer is on the indifference curve, he has so many possibilities, all these possibilities will give him same level of satisfaction. Whether the consumer has one apple and 8 oranges, or he has 2 apples and 4 oranges, he has 3 apples and 2 oranges, all give him same level of satisfaction. So all the possibilities, all the points on the same indifference curve give him same level of satisfaction. Whether you have more of good X and less of good Y, or more of good Y and less of good X, they all give him same level of satisfaction. But mind it, we never measure it in terms of details. And what exactly is an indifference curve? Imagine your income has gone up. So you have some amount of income or money you have. You may be buying 2 oranges and 2 apples. Okay, you can't have more than this because you are constrained by your income. So 2 oranges plus 2 apples are giving you some level of satisfaction. When you will be able to buy 4 apples and 4 oranges only when your income goes up. So when your income goes up, you won't be on the same indifference curve. You will be going to a higher indifference curve. Imagine your income has gone up further, then you will be going to IC1 to IC2 to IC3. So you keep on going up and up. So higher the indifference curve, higher will be the level of satisfaction. IC2 will give you, IC2 means indifference curve 2, will give him more satisfaction. The simple logic is that you will be in a position to buy more of goods. IC3 will give you more satisfaction than IC2. The simple logic is you are in a position to buy more goods. IC4 will give you maximum satisfaction because you are on the topmost indifference curve. So IC2 will give you more than IC1, IC3 will give you more satisfaction than IC2, IC4 will give you more satisfaction than. What is an indifference what is an indifference map? An indifference map shows different indifference curves. An indifference map shows all the indifference curves, different indifference curves showing different levels of satisfaction to the consumer. The consumer always try to go as high as he can depending on his income. So always he prefers to have more and more satisfaction by reaching higher indifference curve. That exactly is called monotonic preferences. To be precise, what is monotonic preferences? A consumer's preferences are said to be monotonic when he prefers a bundle which has more of one unit and no less of the other unit. I repeat, a consumer's preferences are said to be monotonic when the consumer prefers a bundle which has more of one unit and no less of the other unit. What it means, let's imagine here, see in the board, you have 2 units of apples and 2 units of oranges. That's giving you some level of satisfaction. Then you have 2 and 3, there are more maybe oranges here, and now you have 2 and 4, that is still more oranges. Which bundle you prefer? If you have income which you can afford all the 3 bundles, obviously the consumer will go in for 2, 4. So that is monotonic preference. Monotonic preferences means the consumer will prefer a bundle which has more of one unit and no less of the other unit. More of one unit, more of oranges and no less of the apples. That is called monotonic preferences. So look at the graph here. On the x-axis you got good X, on the y-axis you got good Y. IC1, IC2, IC3, these are the 3 different indifference curves showing different levels of satisfaction. IC2 will give you more satisfaction than IC1, IC3 will give you more satisfaction than IC2. The consumer tries to reach as high an indifference curve as possible, in this case IC3, to get more satisfaction. That is his main aim. That is known as monotonic preferences in economics. I just told you once again here, monotonic preferences means the consumer's preferences are said to be monotonic when he prefers a bundle which has more of one unit and no less of the other unit. For example here, look at the bundles 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. The consumer will prefer a bundle which has 2, 4 rather than choosing 2, 2 and 2, 3. So I read it once again. Please look at the graph here. So what is an indifference map? Explained with the graph. An indifference map shows different indifference curves available to a consumer given his income and prices of both the goods in the map. So look at this one available to the consumer. I told you an indifference curve map shows different indifference curves available to a consumer given his income and price of both the goods. Each indifference curve in the map show different levels of satisfaction, but the points or combinations on the same indifference curve give the consumer equal satisfaction. In the graph, there are three indifference curves, IC1, IC2 and IC3. Higher the indifference curve, higher will be the satisfaction or utility the consumer will get, because on higher indifference curve, the consumer will be in a position to buy more of good X and good Y. Hence, in the above indifference map, IC2 will give him more satisfaction than IC1, IC3 will give him more satisfaction than IC2. So in this graph, okay, so it's very clear IC3 will give him more. Now the consumer prefers to have more goods because they give him more satisfaction. This is called monotonic preferences. Monotonic preferences mean that as consumption increases, total utility also increases. Graphically, it means that the consumer will like to reach as high an indifference curve as possible. A consumer's preferences are monotonic if between the bundles which has more of at least one of the goods and no less of the other good as compared to the other bundle. For example, a consumer with monotonic preferences will prefer the bundle 2, 3 to bundles 2, 2, 1, 3 and 2, 2 bundles. So obviously he is getting more satisfaction. So in this case here, so the consumer prefers to be on IC3 than IC2 and IC1 because IC3 will give him more satisfaction than IC2 and IC1. That's called monotonic preferences. To sum it up, we say in simple words in 2-3 lines, what is an indifference map? The first point, an indifferent map shows different indifference curves giving different levels of satisfaction to the consumer. Second point, higher the indifference curve, higher will be the level of satisfaction. The third point, the consumer always prefer to reach as high in indifference curve as possible depending upon his income. So this is possible only when his income is increasing, he'll be reaching higher indifference curve because he'll be having more of both the goods. That is known as monotonic preferences. What exactly is monotonic preferences? A consumer's preferences are said to be monotonic when he prefers a bundle which has more of one unit and no less of the other units. That's all we have time for this video. Till we meet next time, it's goodbye from Saddam Hussein. Don't forget to share, subscribe, like and comment on our videos. Goodbye.